Turn 30. So we've settled around here, continued clearing. This is like an inland lake, which is really weird. And I guess this is the proper sea, even though both are ocean. Not sure what's going on there. We've been clearing down here, fighting off the Numidians. I think this might be one of their last sites. I'm not sure. Looks like this might be coast here. We've got our scout going around. I'm going to try to upgrade this guy if we can. Probably pause a bit, let these raiders come in, pull everything back and heal a bit. This will sit on the site. These two will heal. This guy should probably come back and heal. Maybe settle this. This is like an amazing hunter site. Yeah, so definitely want to settle that site. This is such an amazing statesman site. We're getting everything up and running there. A little behind on points. Part of that is Great Zig. So I think he's got one more city than I have right now. Yeah. Family opinion wise, so ambitions 40% of the map. We're going to keep scouting. Succession wise, our daughter is a scholar. I think we had the choice of scholar and diplomat, and we opted for scholar because diplomat is negative against orator. So we'll see how that goes. She got blessed, inspiring, romantic. Opted for inspiring over generic charisma boost, I think. It just seems like it'd be more useful, especially as on a leader. So got a scholar here as well. So potentially could set this up and start pumping inquiries here once things get set up in the city. Probably will want to get a monk in that city next. Just gotta start building a civics pump. My religion has frustratingly not spread anywhere. He's got 3 cities. I only have 1 city. He doesn't even have legalism. I have legalism. Random religion spread is random. Use at 11, I guess. It is a little frustrating when like you found turn 1 and here we are 30 turns later and it hasn't spread. So I'm not sure what the deal there is. Families are working on converting the hunters over as well. Got her heading over and converting so much civics. I have 15 charisma. Part of that is mourning. So I am mourning right now. So let's see if we can break this down somehow. Yeah, +4 from mourning. My wife passed away. Probably want to remarry into the clerics. That might also make them happy. We'll see. Yeah, so clerics. Always good to have marry into clerics or statesmen. Not entirely sure which one's perfect. I think clerics. Tech-wise, we are making progress. We got navigation, which is great. We're working on military drill. So we'll get some racks up here and here, here and here, and these are going to be great production cities. This looks like a statesman city. This looks like an amazing city as well for hunters. Just really need to get settlers out. Focusing on growth here. Cities by growth is actually interesting. Parses at 13, still our best with that early there, but yeah. So this will help as well a little bit here. Could potentially traded this one over to the hunter site. I don't know. Didn't really concentrate it, so we'll see. We'll probably both of them produce. So law-wise, we have serfdom and monotheism. And theology-wise, we do not have revelation. Considering taking it, if I hit 400 civics and still haven't spread, this guy could pump out another disciple pretty quickly as well. Swamp quarries seem like a trap, just deal damage. I'm not sure that was the right one, but I do need a little more stone income than I have right now. So, cities by training, nothing to write home about. Just everyone's base right now. Wonders, just Great Zig in play so far. I would maybe like to get Oracle. 400 stone, 200 wood. Possible. Probably replace that mine with Oracle. Once I manage to get something. Or I don't think there's any hills here. So here, I guess. Yeah, or Oracle might be in play. Abadana would be even better. That's just a ton of money. So that might be a better play. Just save for Apadana. Need to get that stone income. I think Apadana is a better use of stone. It's just so much money. Yeah. Science right now, Parsa is still leading science, largely from monastery. So nothing much else. Family opinions. This dude is proud and a zealot, just not liking us. Also, an event to refuse a family member burial rights. That event then it was minus 80 with that family and plus 20 for 80 years with Zoroastrians. So I took that because it just solidifies my religious opinion forever. So for I guess 80 years plus 20 or so, which is pretty nice. So I went for that. Take a look at some stats. Specialists, just one farmer. Military units produce 0 because everything's been acquired from orators or camps. Improvements: 4 farms, 4 mines, 4 quarries, a camp, 3 nuts, 3 garrisons, and a Zoroastrian monastery. No wonders. And no, just that one farmer is a specialist. Mill score: 13, 15, 2, going up. Science, still pretty flat at 28. Orders, starting to kick in at 24. And then family opinion. Just to sort of recap, we hit 200 with the hunters on turn 15. We hit 200 with the clerics on turn 16, so they've slipped since then. And we hit 200 with statesmen somewhere around turn 23, it looks like. And we still have not met Egypt. Probably want another scout at some point somewhere. Just no time to build another scout. Maybe one of these cities. We'd like to see what's going on. This scout is going to eventually loop around here and see whether this is a peninsula. Very interesting map with this inland sea on inland sea. So yeah, this city side is just horses, game, horses. Amazing. This might be a nice cleric site or statesman site. Not sure either. Probably statesman. This is an amazing cleric site. So yeah. And this is a very solid site for something. Probably states. I don't know. Gonna try to keep the statesman cluster down here and clerics somewhat up over there. I mean, that one has to be a cleric site. It cannot be writer site. That has to be clerics. Yeah, so we've got some amazing sites. All right, so that's that, and see you in 10 turns.
Turn 30. And things have been slowly moving forward. Not as fast as I would have liked, but we're doing what we can. Bit of a testament of the low initial food output, delaying our settler, and thus with less cities, our orator is producing less orders. So everything has been going slower. We did settle our Landowners seat, but they had quite the delay in converting. They only converted to Judaism last turn on turn 29, so only giving us our juicy 2 orders since this turn. It also delayed clearing out some camps, which might have been a mistake, since waiting too long means they accumulate more units, eventually starting raids, which is what had happened in the south. I pulled this unit, this skirmisher, over to help here, since the settler had time to get to this camp in time to prevent it from respawning. Grab 2 of these skirmishers down here. They got attacked since I can't use them on the turn I buy them. Got attacked and retreated since we have some units converting to raiders here. Getting some of them healed up, probably a round or 2 of upgrades, fighting off the raiders, and then moving into the city side. I wish I would know where this river leads, but I didn't have the orders to move our scout these last few turns. So Exploration has been going slow as well. Might grab another unit, maybe this one, once the raiders have made contact around here, so they don't immediately kill this. There's also one Scythian coming in from the back here. I recruited this skirm. It is a Numidian skirmisher that was here or here probably. So he got attacked. But there's another Scythian camp somewhere here. And if he moves in next turn, I might buy him as well, since they make for better upgrades than the Scythians make for better upgrades than the Numidians. We are currently looking at -9 from recruited mercenaries. If we buy 1 or 2 of those, it's another 7 or 8, depending if the price goes up after buying one of them. That could easily happen. The prices kind of escalate by number of units you already possess, as well as their increase in quality. So because we haven't bought many tribal mercs, and the one we had was standing around here, we didn't have time to do any upgrades, so we have been accumulating training, which is not what we want. We want to have these tribal mercs present and upgrade them. Up here, waiting for this city to get our state religion, and we will move the disciple up and start a monastery and temple here. This cleric city is getting double value out of those buildings. Might still move over here first, build a temple here. Temples are very well worth building right now, since we do have stone income, but we don't have wood income, so we want to be a bit don't want to go crazy with the monasteries just yet. On the air front, direct air became a hero, not exactly what we want, but still a very powerful archetype. We could use this to fight a war with a launch offensive, but it's a bit hard since we're pouring our training into these mercenaries. So we cannot. So we will go through our stockpile, and we kind of want a full stockpile of training when attacking with a hero, for getting as many launch offensives as possible. So we're trying for another orator in our second in line, maybe even for our third in line. I'm not quite sure yet. If you're trying for an orator, we would have to put him on commerce. But I'm also contemplating putting him on philosophy for a potential chancellor. We did get some extra courtiers, so tutoring hasn't been a problem, aside from me forgetting one round on her. This ambition will also be finished next turn. Looking to found sages here. They will be turning this into another military city, since there's just horses and no other resources. Probably can maybe connect the honey. We are also looking to have some cities with horses and a lot of culture if we want to build our unique unit. So probably looking at the landowner seat towards that. We have 2 cultural resources here, so they should level up fairly fast. And we have some horses here. I mean, if you're running a round of upgrades, you could always build a citadel in here and upgrade our light chariots to Kushites in our capital. This city will have lots of culture, especially now since we finished the temple. We also finished our ziggurat, which also gives us 4 culture. We got the ziggurat shrine event on completion and chose the Shrine of Love this time, which is also an exception, just because I'm having such high growth in here due to this granary boosting the 3 sorghums. So we are having lots of growth in here. looking to build quite a few settlers out of the city, but eventually I want to switch. I do want to build. I think I want to build some Odeons. The Odeon line here in poets. With all this growth, we have enough. We will get lots of citizens, so we can get our civics from poets and an elder monk. Then also trying to get to Chancellor just so I can put her in jail, or possibly put her in jail and get the second in line to inherit. So, but we're already 47, so we're already in the territory where we can easily die. But having a hero is not the worst. This will give us plenty of training to upgrade all our mercenaries. Then on the science front, looking to get a spoked wheel for Chancellor, looking to get navigation eventually, also sovereignty is also the plan. We did pick up drama, so we can start building our Odeons, but we do want to build some more settlers, as mentioned. The law front, we enacted monotheism. No other law yet available. I mean, available would be orthodoxy, but it's quite an expensive law up here on the 3rd tier. And until we actually float orders or need the law for the strongholds, like as our 4th law, we will be looking to enact this maybe. We don't have I don't have any theologies enacted yet. He enacted legalism recently, which is also in the cards, but not too many civics to do that yet. And also we need another disciple or two out of here as well, since we do want to move out and build some more temples and monasteries. In terms of one upcoming possible wonders, the Padana is quite interesting. Oracle is quite interesting from the earlier wonders, but we don't have too much stone yet. We are looking to increase our stone production, but we don't have that many mountain spots right now. There's few mountains. We will have some when we settle down here. Also, the borders don't include too many of these mountains. There will also be some stone up here once we clear and settle these camps. Clear these camps and settle them. But that's quite a ways away. Of course, eyeing up the Colossus, since we do have coastal tile now. And on the strong, there's always the Acropolis. It's very coveted. But it looks like a very low stone income kind of game. So wonders will be hard to come by, especially as we are investing in city infrastructure in the form of temples and barracks. Stats here we see when the landowner cities made that jump above 200, so now all families are friendly and every city is two orders from our orator. Just buying a new bunch of mercenaries last turn, up to almost 580. Science has not been increasing much. We didn't get any specialists, no new monasteries, so this has kind of stagnated, kind of hurting for money. All the tribal mercenaries, as well as the increased, ever increasing maintenance, drags us down. We didn't have any money resources coming online until very recently in the new landowner seat. Otherwise, I mean, the development is not quite interesting yet. 30 turns in, and you can see the resource levels up here. We do make decent food now, so settlers shouldn't be a problem. Iron is low. We also have very few hill spots in our current city sites. There's one here. We got the Lorien mine event, but the Lorien mine is on a plain, so it's only producing base 10. But it does provide a decent boost to the adjacent mines, but these tiles we don't own, so it's kind of hard to get any more. There's no hills here. We will be having hills here. We're looking to build up our iron income from this city. There's a few spots up here which we can probably get online, but our workers here have other priorities in these other resources right now. This is enough iron to build some of the quarries that we want, and since we're not looking to build units right now, it's not too big of a deal. Stat-wise, only a single specialist, a farmer in our capital. But yeah, I think the Sage seat has a officer queued up. Yeah, very low camps cleared count, which also means we are lacking the events from clearing camps, which also has the potential to give us units and resources. So being slow on that front is really not that great. Did get a bunch of courtiers, which was good. Oftentimes there's a severe lack of early courtiers when playing with no ruins. Improvements coming along. Mostly quarries and farms so far. We don't have any idea what he's doing. He went up to developing. Now it's about 90 turns to strong. We're sitting at 27 turns. That's the power of the temple. Double value temple in the cleric cities, giving us 6 culture. Really, really strong. Since we haven't met him, we also have no idea about his laws or anything else. Not really much we can tell. We also, since we are now ahead in points, we don't know his exact count, so we can't even estimate based off the points how well he's doing on expansion. He could be sitting just below us on 7 points, and those points could be from cities, while 2 of my points come from the Wander. So he could be sitting on 1 developing and 5 weak cities, so being up 2 cities behind us. But we don't know how he's doing. Lacking some crucial information. We're also looking to probably want once we start doing better on orders, want to build another scout. One taking the southern route, one taking the northern route towards him. Also, we need to explore these in between stretches of land in between a bit better. And that's about it. So see you in 10 turns.
Turn 40. All right, so since last time we've managed to settle down here. This is going to be such an amazing hunter city. I am using this statesman worker to at least help get the camps up and running. Just this will produce tons of food for me. Definitely need more mines. We are clearing out the Numidians. We've got a better feeling of the map. It is an enormous mirror with, I guess, the Vandals and the Numidians and the Scythians all mirrored. This looks like the actual inland part of the inland sea. No way to. I mean, this site might be the only way to settle it without going to war with the Scythians. Which might not. I mean, yeah, I think I do want to make peace with them at some point because they are so massive. We'll see though. We might want to clear them out as well. Yeah. Can no longer buy, so we just inherited as a scholar, inspiring, romantic, wanton, blessed scholar, inherited age 31. We'll get our next strength, and I guess next turn. Getting a monk here. I'm going to get a disciple and then a master, an elder monk, and then we'll start inquiries from there. It'll be a 6-turn inquiry or so. Would love to grab the Apadana if I can. That's what I'm shooting for wonder-wise right now. In this city, he's way ahead of me in culture. In Wasset, Wasset is going to be strong in 10, so I'm going to lose Acropolis. There's no way I can catch him at this point. I am getting Odeons down here as well in these two cities. I want to get these two cities' culture up. Pondering an oracle here, but I think I want to get Apadana first. And then, yeah, trying to expand these borders. Never really scouted this corner. I don't know if there's anything there. I do wonder whether there's like a city site sitting there. I'm going to be kicking myself. It's a free city site. I should put a unit over there at some point to see what's going on, but I don't really have a scout right now. Orders plunged pretty precipitously since last turn, going from an order with all families at friendly to a scholar. But I think we'll be okay. The scholar, so nice to be able to choose tech paths. Now I can just exactly go for sovereignty, get aristocracy, administration, rhetoric, and sovereignty. Just basically pick exactly the techs I want, which is going to be super powerful. So yeah, being able to basically own the tech tree in that way is incredibly nice. Our heir is a 4-year-old and a 5-year-old. We'll double tutor. That'll be our 4-year-old and a 3-year-old. We'll double tutor. That'll be very, very powerful. We are getting the free settler here, which will probably settle this site here. This settler is going to go here, and then we will build a settler for down here from probably that site, and then here, and then here, and here. I think we'll be going along the south, see if we can connect. Somehow there's some great river networks here. We've built these roads. So I feel like the southern path is going to be the one. Although I do need to get eyes on what's going on here. So at some point I'm going to need to build a settler in the north, just to scout. Settler in north, southeast, and west. Yeah, I want to see this. What's here? If I get a spy master, I can also reveal. I think I'm going for Constitution before the spy master right now. I'm not even getting spoked wheel. Very unusual for Persia. But I think I like that tech path better. All right, ambition-wise, we just completed an ambition. I can show you the completed ambitions. We had 6 connected cities and reveal 40% of the map. That became legacy. We just completed it like 1 turn later, so missed out on 5 legitimacy. And now we're working on 60% of the map, which should be easy to get with scouting, not a problem. Just walk around. Eventually we'll get a spy master up as well. Oracle will also be nice for getting a agent into his capital for free. So I think Apadana, that was higher priority than Oracle. I presume he's going for Acropolis, so that's not going to be contested. So maybe he'll try to snipe Apadana. We will see. Succession secure. Married into the Hunter family. Family's very, very happy. Tech-wise, yeah, we're just now targeting sovereignty directly. Got to get it up and running. So probably will get forestry at some point. Portcullis, not sure on the ordering between forestry and portcullis. Picked up drama largely for their free settler and also because I want to get these 2 to strong so that I can get great military production out of these 2 cities. Awkwardly in the north. This will be a 3rd military production site. And maybe we can, I don't know. This one might be another one here and this one. So these will be secondary ones here, I think. Laws, we have serfdom and monotheism, just holding civics for now, no point taking slavery. Persia, Egypt is on freedom, serfdom, and monotheism. Picked up freedom, I guess. So, third law. We're both on 7 cities. He has a orator still alive. His heir is a tough, gracious hero, and then potentially a scholar if he wants to. Skip and we'll see what his 4th heir is next turn, I guess. So we'll be able to see it in this review. Theology wise, I have 2 theologies. He does not have any. Influencing as soon as I took the throne, the patriarch, which would help with all these family opinions. This is zealot, scholar, unhappiness. There's not much I'm going to be able to do about it. I can toss them another influence. It is 2 years to influence, so should I have time before I get locked up double tutoring for a while. I have some court shares, which is good. Wonder-wise, yeah, just the great zig so far from Egypt, and I'm going to try to get Apadana with, I guess, Oracle as my backup plan, potentially Oracle and Hanging Gardens, we'll see. Again, mostly for culture in these 2 cities, but Apadana first, I think. It's just so much money. Cities by training. This one, we've got some barracks, our first real move in training. Here we've got some barracks as well. And just getting these 2 cities up and running. This is going to be such an incredible cleric site with 4 marble. What? Yeah. And then this will be a great hunter city. Civics-wise, Parsa has 21 civics, so getting the Master Monk, which will raise it, and then probably going to build the Temple of Solomon, or the Holy Wonder for Zoroastrianism, which is not Temple of Solomon, but is I forgot the name, so apologies. The equivalent, the holy site for Zoroastrianism. Science-wise, we are still largely going off that single monastery in Parsa. We haven't actually built another monastery. Our religion actually did not spread very much. It's finally spreading now. But we were on 2 cities for a while. Just got it here and here. So yeah, that is one annoyance. Although he's still at 3 cities, so we finally got some spread thanks to that. So we'll get some monasteries up as well. Yeah, family opinion. You can see it here, and then you can see hunters. I'm not sure why I tanked so hard. And then this right here is inheriting. So as legitimacy fell. So we ended up spending 28 legitimacy on recruiting mercenaries. Maybe it was too much. I think I wanted to stay under 20, but it worked out well. We have 2 upgraded elite Libyan cavalries and a 3rd one coming over here. So they are helping us clear these camps. So 7 points of damage each. And then we have this hitting for 5. So that should be easily clearing that camp. And then this one can come in from the north if need be. Again, a little order constrained, but should be fine. We'll settle here. This looks like a very nice hunter city as well, with the camps, the pastures, and the horses here. So yeah. Looking at the rest of the graphs, stats-wise, we have 2 specialists, a monk and farmer. We've produced 7 workers. We have 6 farms, 4 mines, 8 quarries, a camp, nets, 3 barracks, and 4 garrison. So pretty cool. Econ seems all right. Probably need more mines, and we need to start getting specialists up north as well. Let's see, mill score 1687, entirely off of not producing any units. So, and then science-wise, we're at 32, pretty steady. And then orders, we were at 36, and now we are 24. So that is a precipitous drop. Orator, yeah, just orator orders are pretty amazing. Yeah, so that's it for this check-in, and we'll be back in 10 turns or so. Game is developing pretty well. Would like to get better intel on which way he expanded. I wonder if he expanded north. Like maybe there's a attack looming. The hero leader, potentially, the hero heir is a little unsettling in that maybe he's gonna like try to attack somewhere. So Definitely want to division. Feeling pretty good though. I do want to eventually poke in this corner to see if I did miss a city site or something, because that would be sad. Just need to scout. Feels like there might be something over there, but maybe not. All right, see you in 10 turns.
Turn 40. We've been steadily expanding over the last few turns. Getting up to here, almost up to the center of the map, as well as down here. Clearing out a camp here in the back. Having some incoming raiders, so sending some of my tribal mercenaries up at the front to meet them or intercept them. We finished our holy site this turn. So things are coming along. Not that many infrastructure throughout my cities, but we have some workers on the job. We did not get an orator from our heirs. Got a chance of hero versus diplomat on the direct heir. Would have also been interesting to take diplomat, since there's a lot of Scythians around, and if I could ally the Scythians, that could be a very powerful asset, but too late. Then we got a scholar with at least a bit of charisma, but a scholar nonetheless, so we can use him to the governor in our set to build inquiries. And the last one I took builder, so we can use him somewhere to accelerate our improvement construction. But I'm also considering making him inherit by switching the laws to ultimogeniture. That would put him as first. As far as I know, switching laws on the turn you become doomed will make a lot of people unhappy with the current ruler, because they got bypassed. But since he's going to die the next turn anyway, that's not really relevant, and nobody will hate the new heir or new leader that comes into power afterwards. While if you designate an heir directly, we are make chosen heir. Not only does this cost you a lot more legitimacy, but it also makes the previous heir hate the new heir, so I would basically have to throw her in jail or risk her going on a murder spree. Or just keeping her happy would also be sufficient, but I'm not sure I can do that, especially since it's hero versus builder, so they will always kind of hate each other. And there's a big chance that decision will come next turn, since we got severely ill this turn. Of course, we can always get lucky and hold out either another turn or recover, but most likely it's looking like we're going to have a succession in the upcoming turn. That's also the reason I'm building a council here, getting just enough civics income to be able to pay for a year assignment or a change in succession law. So making sure that everything lines up correctly if we become doomed next turn. We don't have Chancellor yet, so we can't throw her in jail and get the granddaughter on the throne. Yeah. Otherwise, we finally met alcaras last turn, or our scouts met down here, but my scout did not find cover and got murdered by the Scythians, but we do have a read on him now in terms of leader and everything. He was stronger than us at the beginning of the turn until I got one warrior from the clearing a camp here and upgraded one of our tribal mercs. Then we caught up a bit and got into similar territory, but that still means he's going to have a bit more. Yes, 2 lost currently, monotheism and serfdom, no surprises there. I did enact freedom, which was a mistake. Should not have done this. It provides very little. We have very little specialists. I should have spent those 400 civics on enacting revelation. He's caught up in state religion cities. He was very long only on one city, but then he pushed out his theologies, and now he's getting lots and lots of cities converting. We just enacted legalism this turn. Could have also waited another turn just to keep the reduction running here, but I wanted the theology down. It's like the big spread chance increase comes from revelation, but it's another 5%, and we need to get these religions spread, especially as our settling accelerates. Only 3 cities when we are having 8 in total is not a place we want to be. Speaking of cities, we are slightly ahead here, running 8 cities versus his 7. We have some more settlers coming up, like one here, only 2, probably switching back to settlers once we have this fissure done, mainly getting the fissure to make it easier to get this wheat. Probably building another settler in here. Just since the one scout died, we've built another 2 scouts. One we built in the back has been moving up front just to get some eyes on him. Especially since he was reading us stronger, I need to make sure where his expansion actually is, since we're very close to the middle of the map. We cannot fly blind much longer. And this ambition will also most likely turn into a legacy, which is unfortunate, but not much I can do to boost my stone growth these last turns. It changes now with this city, 4 marbles and a bunch of other mountain adjacent tiles. Kinda very tempting to just get these marbles online, build stone cutters on them, and then an elder monk and just try to run inquiries here. But it's kind of a late city for that. And since we didn't found with a settler from the Sage family, we have only 1 citizen, and there's no growth in here. The city is not even connected currently, so kind of hard to get a lot of these stone cutters online. Then his leader died recently. He got a scholar on the throne now, lots of charisma. And on his side he has 2 young kids. He didn't get very many heirs in his for his 2nd generation, which is unfortunate for him. We got pretty decent set there ourselves. So he looked at laws. Just briefly summarize the science. Yeah, we're basically trying to get to sovereignty now. Probably a spearman pickup we don't have a very good chancellor candidate, so we are not looking to pick up chariots anytime too soon, I think. Getting spearmen, because we're both running on tribal mercs, which are horses, and our unique units, both our unique units are horses, so we want spears. But before that, I need the science from Constitution, and I need the civics boost to get my laws in place. Also, forestry is a concern. When our orator dies, we won't have many orders for chopping anymore. So we don't have too much wood upkeep right now, but we are looking to get some more monasteries down as well. Of course, we are prioritizing temples, prioritizing everything that gives us order right now: garrisons, horses, temples, because when the orator dies, we are going to lose 16 orders, or about half our orders will be gone. Probably, maybe even a bit more, since we are going to drop in legitimacy as well. We do have serfdom, so at least serfdom and monotheism, those are still providing a decent amount of orders, but probably can only expand with one set of units instead of in every direction. Then some stats. We can look at our cities. In terms of training, we didn't build up very many cities. Was that? It's because we have our warlike leader in here. So these numbers are kind of inflated by our warlike leader that's going to go away very soon. Well, the only city that's the city that's been built up the most in terms of barracks and officers is our sage seat. Also looking to build up our statesmen landowner seat. Need to connect these horses so we are able to build our unique unit eventually. But the culture is the most limiting. It's currently the most limiting factor for tier 2. But light chariots we could build here and here soonish. Just limited by our laws, but the next 400 civics are going to be spent on enacting revelation, and then we need another 400 for our 4th law. So total population, only 2 specialists, not very much. Running on 11 workers, 5 camps cleared, 13 techs, 40 improvements. Then we have our military score. After our initial buy up of mercs, we've leveled out again, so a bit of upgrades in that warrior pickup in here. Family opinion is holding just fine, although the sages are kind of on the low end. But once we lose our orator, we don't need to stay on friendly anymore. Of course, we prefer to stay on friendly since it's also money, because you get a reduction in maintenance. But the threshold for our extra orders isn't there anymore. Orders, yeah, big jump, going up from serfdom. Enacted this last turn, I think, if I remember correctly. Just this big jump, but also each city adds another 2 orders. Most resources not increasing that much currently. Investing a lot in urban infrastructure right now. money going down and down and down. These tribal mercenaries do cost quite a bit. As you upgrade them, the cost goes up. So they aren't for free. Science kind of climbing, although I'm not quite sure why. I haven't brought much online in terms of specialists or monasteries. So I think that's about it. We are planning to keep our expansions up, expanding. I'm not sure if we are clearing out these down here, but at least clearing this and then securing this line here. And then it's the most important goal is getting our scouts in front to make to keep an eye on what's happening with alcaras. Deciding which of our heirs ends up on the throne. Currently leaning on the builder, especially if I can set it up so we can abdicate and have her on the throne. If we can set it up that way, then it will always remain a threat in case he decides to be aggressive. So abdicating and then into immediately launching offensive. Using the launch offensive from the hero leader is very strong. Can be a very strong move. And the builder is better for accelerating our economy, which is still quite lacking. Although I'm not quite sure where he would be best placed. If you don't make him the leader, as leader we can build workers more easily. But we don't have the city kind of wants to have a builder once we get lumber mills, but those are also a bit far out. Most other cities, he's also frugal, which is also a big reason to pick him. It's like our current leader is also frugal, and all the improvement cost reductions stack additively. Since we have the ziggurat for 20, then we have our Egyptian bonus for adjacent improvement of the same class, and then we have the frugal leader, which is another 20 globally and 50 in the city he's in. So he's residing in Waset, and in here we basically don't pay anything for any improvement. It's like down in the single digits, basically the minimum that they've set. That's what we're paying. But even in other cities, having like a global 40% reduction and 60 if we are basically building an adjacent building. Basically our first barracks is already 40% discounted and the next is 60% discounted. It's a lot of resources that we're saving. And we are very limited on resources still. And yeah, that's it for turn 40. See you in another 10 turns.